If you don't know what it means to live a self-directed life, then you're on a sure way to misery as a man. You're on a sure way to misery in your relationships with women, but with every relationship in your life, the way you live your life, if your life is meaningful and has purpose or not. And this not only took me a long time to discover for myself, but even my experience with coaching hundreds of men to distill these keys so that you don't fall into the same trap. If you don't know me, my name's Daniel, and I help guys become men they can be proud of, who attract women that they're proud to be with. And this is an extremely important lesson because it's the essence of being an effective leader, which is very much tied into the masculine. If you want to be a leader at work so you can earn more money and expand in that way, or expand your influence and the impact you're able to have on people, you need to know how to be self-directed. At the same time, in a relationship, if you're in a relationship, which I would call a polarized man-woman relationship, is the leadership falls on you. So even if you can avoid the leadership in your career and other areas, you have to face this when it comes to your relationship with women. And most men today are completely failing at this. So today we're going to explain what this is and how you can navigate it a lot better. So if you enjoyed this video, if you want to be a movement in the empowerment of men moving forward, smash the subscribe button down below to show your solidarity for the men's movement of making men great again. And let's crack into the video. Okay, so being self-directed as a man, what is this all about? What does this even mean? Well, we could probably start off by looking at some examples of what it's not like to be self-directed, to be others-directed, which means we look out into the world to find out what is the correct way to be. How do I need to behave in order to fit into the world around me? Which in and of itself is a helpful thing to do when you're growing up as a child. You're looking around at the world saying, I don't know what's going on here. And there is a level of social acceptance, social acceptability that we need to almost conform to in some way. But what often happens with this is it becomes overgrown, it becomes over restricted, and men are completely influenced to such a large degree by what other people tell them that they should do. So I'll give you a classic example in my work. Like, I encourage men to go meet women in person. Don't use dating apps. Have the courage when you see the beautiful woman in your life in the grocery store, working on the street, wherever it is, men come across beautiful women. Do you have the courage to act in that situation? And one of the biggest objections that guys will have to this is almost like, but isn't it weird to approach women? You know, I've heard other people tell me it's weird. I've even chatted to some girls and they don't really like it. So yeah, I can't really go up and talk to her because that's going to be very weird of me. And to me, it's like, whose belief is that? I would say that's a societal belief. Like, don't go up and talk to people that you don't know. That's weird. And as a kid, that probably served you pretty well. But now, as a full grown man, are you still letting the beliefs and the pressures of others direct your behavior and influence you in a way that doesn't serve you and your masculinity and your masculine journey? If those beliefs of others, like, oh, women don't like dominant men, you have to be very agreeable, don't rock the boat too much in your relationship, those things that have been passed down through the ages, how have they actually worked out for you in your life? You know, have you like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, women just love it when I agree with them all the time, when I just do everything to fit into society. Like, I'm so much wealthier, I'm so much happier, I feel so much more purpose, my dating, relationships, and life is thriving. No, okay? That's often very much not the case. The reason you're probably watching a video like this or you're coming down this route is because the narrative that you've been passed on from the outside has not served you in your life, has left a lot of things wanting, has left a hole in your heart and in your understanding of what does it mean to be a man in today's world. And part of that is being self-directed, saying, what do I want to believe? Is this belief helpful for me? If I'm a single guy and I want to push myself and face some fears and meet some interesting woman to get to know them and see what happens, is the belief of, well, approaching girls is weird. Does that help me in that situation? You know, when I see that beautiful girl, is that like, yeah, that's the fuel I need? Is that like an idea of like, wow, if I step up here, I'm going to feel so good about myself instead of letting the opportunity pass me by because I did what society told me was good. I was others directed. And then why am I left with all this resentment? Why am I left with this feeling of like, oh, I know I could have done better. I should have said something there, because it's an internal sign from your own system saying, man, that was your time to step up, you know? So why does this happen? Why wouldn't you go in there? Besides, obviously, oh, this is weird. Another big part of it is men are so scared of women's emotions these days. To me, this is one of the big negative effects of feminism. I'm all great for women being taken seriously and having their correct place in society, but it's almost like the pendulum swung way too far to the other side, where now it's like men are scared of women's emotions. Like, think about this like 100 or 200 years ago, where men are like battling the elements to survive and like fucking fighting wolves and like having to kill stuff, and you never know like which day might be your last. And the girl's like, yeah, I don't really approve of you. That man has like so much challenges in his life that whether a woman approves of him or not is not the end of the world. But in our padded society today, which has only been around for the last, in terms of evolutionary time, 5 minutes, we think, oh my gosh, like women don't like this. I shouldn't do this. Uh, well, what if she rejects me? What if she shows her disapproval towards me? What if she's like, sorry, like, why are you coming up to me? Leave me alone. Like, that is a man's biggest fear today. A woman's just like, this is disgusting. Like, get away from me. And it's like, if you can get to the point where you can take that on, you might not feel good in skipping down the street, but it's like, okay, cool. Part of me being self-directed is other people will disapprove of you. You'll see this in every single thing. It's almost like a law of nature. Like, you see people like Tony Robbins or like an Eckhart Tolle who've like helped millions and millions of people. And you could Google right now, Tony Robbins scam, and there's probably like hundreds of articles and YouTube videos about why is a scam and why it totally sucks. It's almost like that quote, like, if you want to avoid disapproval, do nothing, be no one. And that's almost the state of men today. It's like, I don't want disapproval from others, so I'm just going to sit in my little box and sit at home and swipe on my little dating apps, because at least no one disapproves of me here. Where is that living the life that you want? Is that living that life of authenticity? Are you being self-directed, saying, what do I want from my life? Wow, I'd love to have the courage as a man. I'd love to go out there and build my own business. I would love to go and meet and attract and date the types of women that I really want, not having to settle for whatever comes my way on a dating app, or like hopefully a social circle or someone my parents set me up with. And this can even come into the parents' realm of things. Not saying that you should disrespect your parents or actively go against what they say, but also part of being an individual is saying, my parents said, this is what I want you for your life. You better study this, and you better be a doctor, and better be a lawyer. But you have this feeling inside of your heart in terms of your authentic call, like, no, I actually want to go in this direction. This is what I want to do with my life. But guys are like, oh my gosh, like, others directed. I can't disapprove. I can't get disapproval from my parents. I can't get disapproval from women. And that's one of the steps that you need to take in your masculine journey and your maturity as a man, where you're okay with the disapproval of others. You're okay with the disapproval of others on social media. Someone rejecting you. That's okay in my system. It doesn't feel great. I'm not going to look for that feeling. But at the same time, I know if I want to put my stake down in the world, if I want to live an authentic life that's true to me, a natural consequence of that is other people are going to disapprove of me. Other people won't go along with it. They're going to tell me it's a bad idea, all of these types of things. But are you stepping into your leadership roles as a man? Leadership doesn't happen like this. This is followership, other people telling you what to do. Leadership is like this. I am generating and other people can follow in my lead. And whether you're leading a big organization or you want to have a big impact on the world, or even if you just want to have a fulfilling, meaningful, effective, enjoyable relationship full of sex and passion, it needs that self-directedness. Because when it doesn't, oh, what does the girl want? What does my woman want? Then it's like you're becoming others directed. Again, don't take it to extreme. Don't say, well, I don't give a crap what my woman ever thinks and says. But most men, again, are so far on the extreme of they're petrified. They're terrified of a woman's rejection. That's why I think dating apps are so popular, because you get to bypass rejection. Yeah, a girl could unmatch you or she could tell you something, but you're literally looking at a screen in a computer phone, on a phone screen. Okay, where it's like actually getting a rejection face to face in real life, like that stings a little bit. But that builds real character, and men have almost designed their whole life to avoid the stings, avoid the things of where other people might disapprove of me. But I would actually say that's counterproductive for your development as a man. You want to lean into those areas. You don't need to be stupid about it, but lean into those journeys or adventures or callings where you will face rejection. That's why it's not for everyone, but building a business, you face a lot of rejection, a lot of people telling you no, but it builds your character. The journey that I teach guys on in my masterminds of meeting women in person, you're going on an adventure, a calling, saying, hey, what I'm doing right now isn't working, and I actually want and need help. And then from that, okay, cool, now I can learn from other people, and I can start to reclaim my own power. Because this avoiding negative emotion and people tell me this is weird and I heard that you shouldn't do this, you wouldn't be watching a video like this if all that advice was helpful for you. And I don't think in any area is that common advice that you get spoon fed so detrimental than the area of men women relating, specifically for single men who are feeling a little bit lost in the world. How do I fit in? What does it mean to be a man? You want to learn what that is. You want to get training in that so that you can become self-directed and start to take on more responsibility in this area of your life. Instead of like, what does everyone else think I should do? Learn to take that on in your development. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below. Do you feel the pressures of society pulling you down, pushing at you, whether it be your parents, at work, in the dating sphere? What are the common issues that you've faced? Write them down in the comments below. And if you joined this video, if you enjoyed it, smash the subscribe button. If you want to be a fight and a stand for men in the war on masculinity so that you can be a great man and lead a great relationship with your woman so she can benefit from your masculine leadership. If that sounds like an idea that resonates for you, smash the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.